Okay, today I'll be talking about Graf, Titik, Pulang, Modal, but I'll be using a shortcut way to construct the graph, okay, without needing to construct a table and plotting points. Okay, so the first thing you'll need to know is how does a TPM graph looks like. Okay, so your x-axis would be unit pengeluaran, while your y-axis would be hasil slash cost in RM. Okay, then you would have three lines in your graph. Okay, the first line is a line parallel to the x-axis called cost tetap. Okay, this is the first line. And then the second line is a line that passes through the zero. Okay, then the third line is a line which intercepts the cost tetap at the y-axis, and it also intercepts the second line. Okay, so this is how a TPM graph should look like. Okay, so to label it, as I said, this is cost tetap. And then students always mix up these two lines, okay? But then you have to memorize it lah, okay? The higher line is always called jumlah hasil, and the lower line is called jumlah cost. Okay, the way I memorize it is, okay, one up, one down, right? So this is H, this is K. Yeah, HK ma, Hong Kong ma, right? So jumlah hasil, jumlah cost. Yeah, and then the intersecting point between line 2 and line 3, this is called your Titik Pulang Modal, which in short I'll be calling it as TPM. Okay, so this is it, and then this part here is your bahagian untung. Okay, so this is what you have to know lah, about the shape of the graph. Okay, so let's start. Okay, we have a question here, a sample question from the Perlis exam paper. Okay, so I suppose you know how to group, right? The cost tetap, cost berubah and stuff. So I'll not elaborate on that and just focus on the graph today. Okay, so sewa kilang and susut nilai peratan kilang, they are cost tetap, and bahan mentah and gaji pekerja, they are cost berubah. Okay, so the first thing is that we have to calculate our cost tetap, right? Because you have to draw the straight line ma. Oh yeah, so I forgot to explain to you. Okay, so in order to cheat lah, okay, the strategy is we have to find out what is our cost tetap. Okay, draw a straight line here, the first step. Then the second step is to actually find the coordinates of our TPM. Okay, then you plot your TPM, and then you join your TPM to the zero, and you join your TPM to the y-intercept of cost tetap, then label everything, and you're done with the graph. Yeah, so it's much more easier than like constructing a table lah, and much more, yeah, it doesn't take much of your time. Okay, so let's continue. So you have your cost tetap ma, right? So you just add 1,000 and 2,000, you get 3,000. Okay, so this is your cost tetap. Okay, the next thing is you have to find your TPM. So Titik Pulang Modal, I guess this one I don't need to elaborate lah, I think, because of time. So I'll just write down the formula, and then actually you just have to sub all the information you have here into the formula to find the TPM. Okay, so let's see, cost tetap we already have it, right? But your MCS, margin cara masa unit, they don't give you. So you have to find yourself. Oh. Okay, so MCS is equals to harga jualan seunit, jualan seunit minus cost berubah seunit, right? So from here, you have your harga jualan seunit, but you don't have your cost berubah seunit. So you just find lah. Cost berubah seunit. You take your cost berubah. Cost berubah is 2,000 plus 4,000. And then divided by 1200. So you get RM5. Okay, so your MCS, so you just sub everything in lah. Cost tetap is 3,000. Then your MCS is, okay, 10 ringgit is harga jualan seunit minus cost berubah seunit. Okay. So 600 unit is your TPM. Okay, so like I said just now, you need the coordinates of your TPM and the cost tetap, right? So 600 is technically the x coordinate of your cost tetap. So now, so this is the point where y equals to mx plus c kicks in. Okay, so y equals to mx plus c. Okay, c is actually your cost tetap because it intercepts your cost tetap at the y-axis, right? This is the y-intercept. And then your gradient is actually your cost berubah seunit. Okay, then your x is your TPM. Okay, then y is the thing you're supposed to find lah. Okay, I could further elaborate on how this formula works, but then it doesn't really help lah, you know. If you're curious, I can explain to you, but then because of time, I'm just gonna sub it in lah, okay, to get the y coordinate. Okay, so cost berubah seunit is RM5. Just sub it in, and then your TPM is 600 plus your cost tetap 3,000. So it's 6,000. Okay, so now you have all the info you need. You can start plotting your graph. Okay, so the first thing we have to decide on is the scale of the graph. Okay, if they provided you with the scale, you just use their scale lah. Okay, but if they don't, your scale always depends on your TPM. So the scale must okay, you must design a scale such that your TPM is somewhat in the middle of your graph. Yeah, it somewhat looks like it's in the middle of the graph. So in this case, our x coordinate is 600 unit ma. So means 600 should be around here lah, right? So you try and error. Okay, so let's draw the x and y axis first. So let's say if you want your 600 to be here, so you can try lah. Okay, 100, 200, 300. Okay, cannot lor. So I think 150, 150, 300, 450, 600. Okay. So you have to try and error lah. Actually, it doesn't matter lah what scale you use. You just have to make sure that your TPM is, you know, somewhere in the middle of the graph, so that it doesn't look like cha-cha lah, you know. 150, 900, 050. Okay, 1200. Okay, this is your x-axis, and then for your y-axis, okay, your TPM is 6,000, right? So 6,000 should be somewhere in the middle. Okay, you can put like 1,000 is okay, 1,500 is okay. I think I'll just stick with 1,500 lah. Yeah, so 6,000 will somewhere be here. Yeah, will be somewhere here. So it still sort of looks like it's in the middle. So it's okay. You don't have to be like exactly in the middle. Yeah, it just have to somewhat looks like it's in the middle. 7,000, okay. Okay, so you plot your TPM. Your TPM is what? 600, 6,000, right? So 600, 6,000, this is your TPM. And then you draw your cost tetap. Cost tetap is 3,000. Get your cost tetap. Okay, draw it. Okay, and then you connect your TPM to the 0. Wait. Okay, then you connect the TPM to the y-intercept of your cost tetap. Okay. Okay, so you're practically done with the graph, just that you have to label your axis and label the lines. Okay, so this is your unit pengeluaran. Unit pengeluaran. And then this is your hasil / cost in RM. Okay, then your cost tetap. And then this is your jumlah hasil, jumlah cost. Then you shade the region and you label it as bahagian untung. And so you're done with the graph. Okay, you can click out of the video right now if you want to, but I just want to say that most of the, all of the school teacher, if not most, they usually ask you to plot a table like this, and then plot the points on the graph, like cross and stuff lah, and then you join all the dots together. But then I think, oh, okay, sorry, I forgot to label TPM. Yeah, you have to, this is very important, you have to label Titik, Pulang, Modal. Yeah, okay, so what they usually ask you to do is you have to plot a table, and then you have to plot the points onto the graph and then join them together. Yeah, this is what they teach you, but then it's very time consuming. So like, I actually asked my teacher whether this method is acceptable in exam or not. She says she don't accept it, but then she says that the table doesn't give you any marks. Yeah, then this method is not acceptable because she didn't see the small crosses on my graph. Okay, so like, yeah, that's her reason lah. But then I actually also found another way to sort of like get away with it lah. Okay, so she wants points, right? Plot lor, plot for her lah. Okay, 600 ma. So my method is 600, you split into half. Okay, so you get 300, and then you move it up, you plot across here, and you plot across here. Okay, so 2 boxes, right? 2 boxes, 2 boxes. So you get another 2 boxes, 900. Move it up. Then you plot across here, plot across here. And 2 boxes again. You move it up, plot across here, plot across here. So you can get away with it lah. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I want to say. Okay, thank you for watching.